Hello and welcome back to the Insight on Zim. We will be dwelling on the M31 progress so far and what we hope will take place. The recent protests at Robert Mugabe Square, which is also known as Freedom Square, underscore the escalating political tensions in Zimbabwe. Youth-led demonstrations against President Mnangagwa's alleged attempts to extend his tenure beyond the constitutionally mandated 2 terms have been met with forceful police responses, including the use of tear gas. This opposes the press statement by the Zanu-PF that the citizens have a constitutional right to protest. Why then are they throwing tear gas and chasing citizens away from the streets? It is said that the police that is underpaid is the one that is agreeing to fight the people who are fighting for the change that Zimbabweans need. These events occur amidst a backdrop of significant political maneuvering. In January 2025, the ruling party Zanu-PF proposed extending Mnangagwa's term by 2 years until 2030, despite the constitutional 2-term limit ending in 2028. The party did not specify the mechanism for this extension, leaving ambiguity about potential constitutional amendments or other means. The strategy that the M31 revolutionaries have now employed is mobile speaker vehicles going around suburbs and urging people to join in the streets. There have been reports on lack of transportations to town for the willing citizens, and some in the morning were being charged a $3 fare to get in town. Hence, this has hindered the people to gather in their numbers. However, Comrade Nyokayemabhunu has assured citizens that this is an ongoing uprising and we will not stop until change comes. Thus, the transport issue will be addressed. So today is not business as usual, citizens of Zimbabwe, as schools have been closed, shops are closed, and citizens have taken heed of the caution to stay away. It is clear that the economy is benefiting only a few. President Mnangagwa has publicly denied intentions to seek a 3rd term. In September 2024, he stated, "The issue of a 3rd term does not exist under my leadership. In 2028, I will retire and others will take over." However, skepticism remains due to ongoing internal party discussions and resolutions advocating for his extended rule. Legal experts highlight substantial constitutional hurdles for extending presidential limits, such as Douglas Monzora, an opposition leader and constitutional lawyer, emphasizes that any amendment to the term limit requires a national referendum and would not benefit the incumbent president. The government's focus on political consolidation has diverted attention from pressing socio-economic issues. Zimbabwe faces severe challenges, including under-resourced hospitals which are lacking basic medications, schools which lack adequate material, an unemployment rate which is estimated at 95%, rampant inflation, inadequate access to clean water in urban areas, and deteriorating infrastructure, as evidenced in the pictures that are circulating on social media. Critics argue that resources allocated to political endeavors could be better utilized to address these critical needs. This is why Prophet Utaunashe, Mnangagwa's puppet, has changed his stance on Geza. It has dawned on him that this M31 is what the Zimbabweans need. The deployment of police forces to suppress the uprising, despite their own grievances over poor working conditions and low pay, highlights the complex dynamics within Zimbabwe's security apparatus. There is a recent image of a police officer's torn gumboot, which is a clear indication that the government is failing to supply corporate wear to its civil service providers. The recent dismissal of high-ranking officials, such as Army Chief Sanyatwe suggest internal efforts to consolidate power amid fears of potential coups. The current political climate has intensified internal power struggles within Zanu-PF, particularly between factions supporting ED and those backing Chiwenga. This infighting further complicates governance and distracts from addressing the nation's pressing issues. Thus, today, 31 March 2025, marks a remarkable day where the brave took it to the streets to reflect deep-seated frustrations among Zimbabweans regarding political maneuvering perceived as self-serving, especially in the light of the country's socio-economic hardships. The government's prioritization of power consolidation, whereby only a handful of people benefit from the country's resources, with the likes of Hubert Angel, Chivayo, and Tagwirei, whom the president is now guarding, has led to widespread disillusionment within citizens, demanding adherence to constitutional principles and a focus on improving living conditions.